Did any of you guys ever watch that show called Weeds? Do you remember the theme song? Um, Little boxes, ticky tacky little boxes. And there's green ones and there are blue ones. Yeah, that's what this neighborhood always reminds me of. Hey guys, Dawn here, your favorite Uber driver. Tonight was my first official night as an Uber driver without anybody else helping me because, last night my friend Diana went out with me. So, yeah, tonight was my first night on my own. And, well, hello. Hi. And it was both good and bad. Good and bad. First, I'll tell you about the bad. The bad was I only got 3 calls. And the first one I didn't even accept because it was like 22 miles away. It was like $7 or something. I thought, no, that just doesn't even make sense. So I didn't accept it. And then there was a long period of time between that and the next call. So while I'm waiting, I'm like, am I going to regret not taking that call? Are they punishing me? Because I don't know how it works. So yeah, I'm just sitting there. But in between that call and the next one, my son called from Hawaii. They're over there, and we FaceTime, so I got to see that, and that was really cool. It was just looks just like the paradise it is, and so that was awesome. I visited with him for a little bit, and then just as soon as I hung up, I got my second call, and it was for they know where you're at, obviously, and I had moved. Thank God. I had moved up the street and I was closer to Jack in the Box, and I got a call for Jack in the Box, which was, literally right across the street. So I took that, and that turned out to be a wonderful, wonderful call. That's where the good comes in. I pulled up and the lady was outside waiting for me, and she goes, "You're new, huh?" And I thought, oh God, am I that bad? She can tell. I was like, yeah, how'd you know? And she said, I guess it lets you know on the app, which if your driver, how many, okay, you gotta get down, buddy. This isn't gonna work. But somehow she knew. She's also an Uber driver. And she also drives for Instacart. So anyway, we got to chatting, and we must have chatted for 20 minutes. And she just totally filled me in on all kinds of great stuff. She was so helpful. And when I left, she ended up giving me a $5 tip, which, by the way, where do I have it? Put it in my pocket. Yeah, over and above the tip that she'd already given me on the app, she gave me a $5 tip, and she told me the best place to park, to wait for orders in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. Because in the morning, most of the orders come from Starbucks, of course. So she told me to park over there. And then, yeah, in the evening, there's an area where it's closest to most of the fast food places. So, yeah, she was really helpful. And she told me about signing up to not just do Uber Eats, but to do shopping, because you can also shop for people. And so I'm set to do that as well. And she does Instacart mainly. Once in a while, she said she'll turn on Uber, and but she did happen to turn it on today, and she said it was the slowest day ever. She only a couple calls came across, and I said, "Oh, good. It makes me feel so much better because I thought I was doing something wrong. They weren't giving me calls." And she said, "No, she could see it was a really slow day." So that made me feel better. And yeah, then where was my last call? Taco Bell again. Everybody likes Taco Bell but me, I guess, because I never go to Taco Bell except, I'll drive the kids through there when they have their dollar specials on their slushies. We go in there in the summertime, but I don't eat there because I always, everybody always calls it Taco Hell. You get the runs. So I just don't eat there. But I got 2 orders from there last night and then again tonight. So I guess it's popular. But yeah, Taco Bell, Jack in the Box, and McDonald's. That's where everybody goes. So anyway, I ended up making tonight. I made $31.56 plus the $5 tip. So I made $36, and it shows you how long you've been active. Even though I was out longer, I was considered active for an hour and a half. So $36 for an hour and a half. Not too shabby. And then last night, what did I say? It was $27, and it was the same thing. I was active for a little over an hour. So, that's a little over $60 for 2 hours work. So yeah, I think if I'm just going to stay out for like 4 hours. I'm just getting my feet wet. Like I said, last night, I was just trying to see what it was all about. And tonight, I, you know, I need to charge my phone. I can't just sit on my phone while I'm waiting and run it down. And that's literally what happened after my last order. It was dead. It was like, well, I got to go. So I'm going to learn to bring up a backup charger, because even if I charge it up in my car, it doesn't charge fast. It says the cord's slow. So I need to get a different cord and a backup charger just in case. But and I can't just sit there on the phone looking at YouTube or talking to my son or my daughter, which is what I was doing. So yeah, I'm learning. Hello, why did you miss me? Did you miss me tonight? So yeah, I'm learning. It's there's a learning curve here, but my goal is if I can work 3 or 4 hours at a time and make between 50 to 75 bucks, I 3 nights a week, because that's what I was hoping for. Honestly, if I could do it 3 days a week and make 75 a shot, that's 225 a week. That's a nice little extra income to go with my other two jobs, right? I think that's going to work out really well. So, and then like I said, I have another one that I wanted to share with you guys. Okay, you got to get down, honey. I'm sorry. So yeah, if you guys watch Jack Morgan, I don't know if you've ever seen, he does this, he advertises for Connect with Me. And it's this app, you download it and you get a phone number and people can call it and talk to you about anything. I can consult with you about setting up a YouTube channel, the carnivore lifestyle, art, working with resin, witchy stuff, herbal stuff, whatever you want to talk about. If you just want to chit chat, you can call me and connect with me. And I thought, what a cool thing to do. It's $1.99 a minute. So we can talk for a minute. You can talk for an hour. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. But anyway, I'll put the number up here. Obviously, I'm not going to answer it just any old time. I'll be honest with you. I probably won't answer it after 8 o'clock at night, and definitely not before 8 in the morning. So if you do call, I would suggest calling after those times. And yeah, I'm going to try it. I'm going to see how it works. He said it works really well. And it's just a great way to connect with your subscribers. And because so many of you guys have been so awesome. And, a lot of people do ask questions and stuff. And I can go a little more in depth. And so yeah, if you want to give it a try, if you want to call just to be a jerk, hey, it's your money. If you want to call, I'll listen to you for $1.99 a minute. But hopefully you won't waste your money and my time. So we're just going to see how it goes. I just thought, well, this is something different. I'm just going to give it a try. If it benefits me, then yeah, I'll keep it up. If nothing comes from it, then I can quit at any time. So we'll just see what happens. But anyway, here's that number. And I'll also put it in the description of this video. So we'll see what happens. How long do I talk this time? Plus, I'm going to add the other one, so I think I'm going to cut it short. But I'm still kind of, even though it's late, I got home, and you know how you're pumped after work. It's like I'm not ready to go to bed, and I do want to do it tomorrow, though. I've done the lunch one and I've done the dinner one, and I kind of would like to try the breakfast one just to see what it's like. So I might go out tomorrow morning and try breakfast and just to see how it works. She said Fridays were good. Fridays were a good one to go out. So, yeah, I had a good day. So thank you guys. I appreciate you so much. You guys really, just that one cruddy comment, and that's YouTube. You got to take the good with the bad, right? But for the most part, most people are awesome. They're kind and generous, and you guys have been so supportive and just wonderful. I know there's going to be unhappy, unkind people out there, and I knew that when I signed up for this. So I'm over it. I was, a little bit bothered by it earlier, and then I got to thinking about it, and I thought it's not pathetic. I like this job for one, and I'm feeling really good that I can still work, that I am healthy enough. So yeah, I don't feel pathetic at all. So anyway, I'll let you guys go, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.